All right. Well, I am here with good friends Carlos and Graham, and man, we've got some great things to talk about. We're going to be talking about Kings Road coming up this weekend. We're excited
Yeah,
about that. Going to be exciting, exciting. And so let's jump in. The very first thing I want to just kind of bring up is that, man, I'm drawn to this XL challenge. I am a sucker for like, you get the biggest bang for your buck. And if I was thinking about registering for something, I would jump in. And I see we've got two different ones, two different challenges here: 210 mile, a 333 mile
three
kind
three
of
three.
adventure. So let's jump in and talk about the amazing race that's going to be coming up this coming Saturday. Carlos, take it away. Tell us what you got cooking for us.
We're essentially doing the same route for last year that we did for this year that we did for last year. But Graham recently developed a route called Middle Earth. And, I spent a lot of time looking at maps and I just saw this really cute way to link it up with a couple of other routes, link a piece of that and a piece of this, and then drop it onto the Kings Road. And that's how that XL, that mega Kings Road was born, mainly to give riders a little more value, right? They're not just getting one route with their entry; they're getting two routes. Maybe they'll ride it that event, or maybe they'll come out and play with it at a later time. But the whole point was just to give them a little more bang for buck, keep things a little interesting. We've tried to throw some variations in there, but the fact that you do a coast to coast ride in Florida and you cross into another state in the process, well, what's not to like about that?
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, because up and down. I
Yeah,
mean, that's a wild route. Go up and through the zombie fences in Georgia. Just the Middle Earth is awesome.
that's going to be an exciting little addition. I mean, so you're going to have some folks there that are going to obviously, hey, I'm going to race it. I'm going to do the shorter version. I want to go as hard and as fast as possible, which is great. Then you have some folks that are going to, do a little bit more adventure, chill style, maybe over a day or two or whatever. It's kind of just, race. It's your own race, which is kind of the beauty of it. It looks really, really cool. But Graham, you've done that. So tell us, what can people expect out there? I know we talk about zombie things or whatever, but what are some good features that they can look forward to on that longer XL?
Well, the long version, which I think a handful of people are trying, is going to go straight north as soon as you start. I mean, it's an immediate split from the traditional Kings Road route. You'll go north up towards Mayo, and then you start heading up north towards Georgia, and these really cool roads over the St. Mary's River, and then loop back down through the Jennings Forest and Belmore, and you end up in Palatka, and then you rejoin the route, the traditional route there, and then finish on the brick road. 33 miles of just pure Florida adventure with a little side of Georgia, and they're just, I think, about 12 miles of Georgia, and you do have to go around the zombie fence that they closed in one of the St. Mary's bridges with these these big barriers that it is, you'd see, it's like The Walking Dead. It's really cool. When I first came across it, I was like, holy cow, there's no getting across that thing. But on a bike, you just walk around it. And it's just an old bridge that can't sustain cars, but you're fine as a pedestrian with your bike. But it'll be fun. That'll be fun and unique if some people try that. And like Carlos said, that's something. If you do Kings Road, come back and check that out, or come to Middle Earth sometime. I'll go with you. Get in touch. Let's go do a couple days. I may go between Christmas and New Year's, but the focus is really on the traditional 210 miles of Kings Road, which I love to do every year. It's such a cool experience.
Right.
We're getting reports that conditions are fast. We're getting reports on the east side where most of the sand is. Folks were out riding the old brick road, which is kind of like a crux of the route. There's two sandy patches, the white sands and the old brick road, and people are reporting minimal sand on the bricks. Now, that being said, if they decide to go out and dump out some sand on it later this week, I mean, it's out of our control. But right now, things are looking primo for the route to be possibly some of the fastest times possible. I'm excited to see what happens this upcoming weekend with the riders. I'm going to be at the finish, hanging out all the way until late on Sunday, welcoming in riders, taking photos, taking videos. I think I'm even going to throw some tiki torches up by the water so riders know
Nice.
exactly
Yeah.
where to come dip their wheels. Trying to just make it fun as possible. We got a great little pre-party at Fiddler's. Uh, on the night before from 5 to 8. We're going to be partying out there, having some fun. People can check in, pick up their race numbers. their wristbands, their patches, which look really good.
So, I mean, I'm assuming so on both of these, obviously, fastest setup is going to roll fast, even on the XL, or would you recommend wider tires? I know it's a different kind of course and all, but what would you recommend on like the longer route there? Still gravel setup?
Well, to me, this is a gravel event, right? Florida gravel event. So I would recommend at the most a 50 to 54 millimeter tire just to stay on a traditional gravel setup. Minimal 40 millimeters. You might have to push a little more than others, but traction should be good throughout. I mean, we're talking about routes that are shenanigan free. There's no bushwhacking. There's route finding is pretty straightforward. It's not like some of the other events where you have like secret trails and holes and patches and trails behind, department stores. It's none of that. It's straightforward. I'm really excited to see what folks do out there. It's going to be super interesting.
And Carlos, if I heard you right, you said numbers, right? So everyone's going to be having a signed number they're going to have on them on their bike. Is that something new for you this year?
In any event I've ever put on, I've never given out number plates, but this year I figured I'm going to give out number plates. That way, when I'm out there, when I'm with my camera, I can easily identify who's part of the event, so I can take their photos. Because near Flagler, a lot of people ride bikes, and I could imagine myself sitting there with my zoom lens trying to see if this rider that's coming towards me is part of the event or if he's just some regular guy out there for a ride. So I figure a number plate would identify the riders, and you know how it goes. You put on a number plate, it could just be the MS 150 ride. You put on a number plate, all of a sudden you're feeling quite racy. So who knows? May inspire people to push a little harder.
You got all of a sudden got a turbo button going on. Well, I know weather condition is looking great, so I agree, man. I think it's going to be a great start, and really this week we're getting some rain now. Just going to pack everything in a little bit more. So I agree, unless they come in and dump sand on Old Brick Road, then that should be a pretty
Happened last
fast.
year.
Yeah, it can happen.
Remember how fast we thought it was gonna be last year, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, well, not middle of the night, but it was dark, and I'm going through here. I'm like, what happened here? It was so
Yeah.
sandy. They had just come in to refresh the bricks, and protect the bricks after all the rain, and did that to us like 3 days. Nobody told us. It wasn't bad. It was a couple miles of beach sand is all.
Yeah.
But I think right now there was quite a few people that went through there in one of Umberto rides. The report was lots of brick, lots of fast times through the brick roads. So hopefully that holds up. It should be trouble free.
If someone's listening and watching this throughout the week and they're like, you know what, I feel like I need to go do that this weekend, Carlos, what is the best way for them? Is it you can point them to the website, get signed up? Can they show up and register? What do you suggest?
And when you get to singletracksamurai.com, up top, you have an events button. You can click on that events button and it'll give you the 5 major events, but you could also just scroll down to the bottom of the front page and you'll see Kings Road right there. You just click on it. It'll have the link that'll take you to the registration page. I'm constantly watching that page. So as registrations go in, I process them right away, meaning I send out the route info, send them everything that where we're at right now. Emails are being sent throughout the preparation for the ride. The more the merrier. If you're feeling ready and you've got what it takes to get it done, then I definitely recommend you join the fun.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I know, and if you've never done a Carlos ride or a single track kind of race or anything like that ride, just know that, I mean, the courses are really good. They're really thought out. He's ridden these. This isn't something he's just drawing lines and giving you some sort of, I hope it works. I mean, these are great routes, vetted, and you're going to certainly enjoy your time. So guys, let's get everyone ramped up here. Any parting words of wisdom as we roll into this weekend, which is going to be hopefully a great time on Kings Road? What are any?
Actually, this is the best way to cross the state of Florida. There's a lot of cross Florida routes, but this is by far the best. There's plenty of store stops. It's very approachable. You don't need some mega bike to do it. I've done it on 35. It's scenic. It's challenging, but you can do it in one day. If I can do it in one day, and I've done it multiple times Billy and I did it with like 6 guys, and it was the most fun. I've done Ironman. I've done all these events. I've done Unbound. Coming through the finish line is like one of the most exhilarating things. And the most exhilarating thing of all of these events I've done has been going over that bridge, going into Flagler Beach and seeing the lights of the city. You can see the pier. and the energy you feel from that, like mile 209, rolling into that pier, there's something really special about it. And walking down to the beach and Carlos there cheering for you and all your friends there and doing it with some buddies is great. So I'd say just go do it. Go have some fun. It's more approachable than people think. You think 210 miles is really hard, but you just get to ride your bike all day and not worry about anything else. It's the best.
That's true. Carlos, any final words?
Life is short. Seize the moment. This is your opportunity. The weather is good. If you want to be with a group of people, this is your chance. Come join us on Saturday, October 25th, when we roll out at morning twilight from the west coast of Florida, right down by the Gulf of America.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I'll just add actually two more things. One, if you're kind of I'm a bigger person, I'm 6'1", 210, on a good day, 215 normally. This route is fluffy man compliant. Okay. You're a fluffy person. You're going to make it just fine. Okay. It can be done on 40. So it's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. Plus there are ample places to stop along the way. Lots of donuts, Circle K's scattered throughout the state.
Yeah.
But it is amazing to see it. And I would suggest that if you've got the legs, jump in and do it. And then two, man, this is going to be a great year because as Carlos said, you're going to ride when you come over that bridge and you head towards the beach and kind of where you're going to go dip your wheel into the water. You're going to be greeted with tiki torches, man. And Carlos, I mean, that's what you can't. That right there is worth it alone. And, circle back up, do the fast route or do the XL, come back and do the other one later on. You're certainly going to enjoy your time, but make sure you get registered. And man, you're going to have a great, great race. And if you can't make this one, no problem. Check out the rest of the events there at Single Track. There's bike packing. There's other events that are happening. We're getting into the season in Florida where there's going to be ample opportunity to get out, enjoy the great outdoors. So gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. And we're looking forward to a great, great ride and race this coming weekend.
See you out
Thank
there,
you.
Billy. Thanks, buddy.